Greetings and welcome back to Switch to Linux. My apologies for the extended delay. I just walked in the door about 10 minutes ago. I got to get my mic set up right now too. Just walked in the door about 10 minutes ago. I was actually out chatting with my farmer and hearing about it's like no aspect of this world is unimpacted by the craziness that is corporations and unions and just all sorts of kind of anti-small business type stuff. He was telling me that he's no longer selling milk to the distributors because a big dairy co-op came in and took out everyone in the Northeast, and anyone who's not a small farmer who doesn't play by their exact demands is out of business. Kind of crazy. Oh boy. Oh boy. And people wonder why we need privacy-centric stuff, etc., etc., etc. But today we are going to be looking at a new Linux distro. I've never seen this before, and it looks like my title's not working right. Give me a second. Let me fix my title. There it is. We're looking at Heads. I've never heard of Heads, but Heads is a new live key distro. I have not even tested it. Oh, I hope it works. Otherwise, this will be a short video, which kind of has to be a short video anyway. I am doing the stream about 2.5 hours early today because I am busy later on tonight. So that's kind of why we're on early and kind of impromptu, but kind of want to get something out anyway. But anyway, greetings everyone. Mitchell Morrison, Phoenix. Yeah, it's cold down here. It's not. It's like warmer now. It's probably in the, I don't know if the desktop doesn't tell me the right weather. It's a little warmer now. Farron, greetings there. Kitty, Farron says hello. Let's see. Fernando, hello there. And KO2610, hello. Truth Faction, greetings. Come to North Africa. My region is very springy right now. All right. Oracle won the fight against Google. Really? Official Oracle. Oh, I thought they were going back for another court case. I don't know. What was the fight about? Nobody even knows anymore. I mean, they got into a scuffle a long time ago. It went through the court systems, and 35 years later, they're probably fighting over something that doesn't even exist anymore, knowing Google. But anyway, Jesse, hello there. Musical Neptunian. Meow. Greetings. Am I flipping a coin? Heads. Dope. So, yes, flipping a coin, probably in reference to the titles. Yes, the title Heads is actually a play on, and this is a response to the Tails distro. We'll talk a little bit about what's going on with this here when we actually get into the system here. So MS be like, yeah, we fixed the meltdown bug in Windows 7. Oh shoot, we made another issue by doing that. Oh, don't worry, just nuke your Windows 7. Just accept this free upgrade to Windows 10. Come on, man. Let's do these puns when it comes to privacy distros, Heads and Tails. Well, Tails is actually an acronym. It's total amnetic, I forget, whatever Tails the acronym is. Tails is an acronym. Heads is actually a play off of Tails. Milk isn't good for you anyways, but I always take my half and half. Well, it depends on what milk you're getting. I get raw milk from a dairy farmer, right out of the cow. So, my milk's not bad. Milk is not the best thing for us, but it's not like something we should absolutely avoid unless it's, of course, this deeply processed stuff. Of course, do you guys know what corporation? Can you answer this question? What corporation is trying to produce the first nationally branded milk? Because milk is locally branded. What company is trying to build the first nationally branded milk brand? Anybody know? What company is behind it? Heads or Tails? I don't know. That's when I ask when I want to get on a tour. I just take a coin, I flip the coin now, and I just let the coin decide. It's like casting lots. How am I going to get on tour today? Heads or Tails? I don't know. Nopix is my main Linux distro. Hello, Christopher. Latest round of Oracle versus Google goes to Oracle. Ding, 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 ding. I thought they were doing one more court case. I didn't read the thing, but I saw something about it. Can you even install Heads? Stopped using Tails after they killed XP mode. I haven't played with it yet. There are 2 desktop environments in Heads, and so you have the option there. We'll get into more about that in a bit. Jan Lopez, hello. Long time no see. Probably because I'm stream late. But anyway, greetings. Real question is, can Heads run in headless mode? Ha 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 ha. I thought the lawsuit was over. Google ripping off the closed source Oracle. Yes, that is what the case was over, was because there was a lot of Java that was open, and Oracle ended up buying Java and closing it out, but Google was apparently already using it. If I remember correctly, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Hello, Highland. Greetings, sir. Next thing you know will be cuboids in response to cubes. Ew, is that like hemorrhoids? Ew. What is Heads? Tails fork? We're to the bottom of the comments. Let's go ahead and dive into what is Heads. All right, so Heads is a new distro, and it is designed to, basically is designed to get on Tor. It's basically Tails with a different desktop environment and without systemd. So if you're looking for something without systemd, Heads is it. I'm going to say that. I'm going to mix up Heads and Tails so many times. My apologies in advance. And like I said, I have not even tested this yet. I just downloaded it. I jumped onto DistroWatch, see what's there, and I love the privacy-centric distros. So let's go ahead and talk about this. So basically, it is a response to Tails because Tails does have some proprietary blobs in it because it uses vanilla Linux, which has some proprietary stuff in it. So what Heads tries to do is take all of those aspects and make it exclusively and purely free software. And so with that, it's based on Devuan, and my apologies if I mispronounced that one. I don't know how to pronounce that one correctly, which is Debian fork without systemd. So it says V, I think. So that's what their objective is to move, basically get something that behaves just like Tails, only it is completely free software. And actually, I didn't even know, I thought Tails already had only all free software in it. But apparently it doesn't, mostly because of systemd, which has some proprietary things in it. And so that's what you can glean from the information on the About page. There's a little video here, which I'm not going to get into, but you can see when we boot this up, we should have the open box and whatever the other one is there. So they say here that it is a live CD distribution aimed at people who like the aspect of controlling their privacy and anonymity on the internet. Might have heard of Tails, a similar GNU Linux distro. Heads was born in answer to Tails. Since Tails uses systemd as an initialization system, it contains non-free software. And I think that this goes right to Tails' website. In fact, let's just go ahead and pull up Tails' website so you can see how they named Tails. The Amnetic Incognito Live System is what Tails is. So Heads, of course, they're not an acronym themselves, but they are naming themselves off of Tails. So basically, and they're saying we're not trying to pick a fight over different initialization systems, but they're saying we do want to have an option for people who do not want to use systemd, because I realize a lot of people don't. And if systemd is what prevents you from using Tails, you have Heads now, which will solve that problem. And so with that, I could answer that phone there and say, hey, you're live. Thanks for calling in. But anyway, so it says here another important thing is that Heads uses only free software, while Tails continues using non-free software. Non-free software cannot be audited, and as such, it cannot guarantee your security or anonymity. Actually, I thought Tails was fully audited, so that's actually news to me. Fascinating. But anyway, I did look on, and yeah, it does appear that parts of systemd are not open, and so that's what produces it. So I don't know what else we're in for. I don't know how well this works as far as other things. It offers OpenBox as its graphical Windows manager. It's supposed to provide familiar desktop that should be pretty user-friendly. It also offers awesome WM as a graphical Windows manager. It's relatively lightweight and quite usable. Might not be the perfect choice for the GNU Linux layman, but for the experienced GNU Linux users or for those users who prefer Windows managers over the full-blown desktop environments, awesome WM might be a more preferable choice, so that's not that difficult to use. Right-click on the desktop, awesome key bindings, and you're good to go. Awesome WM, being a window manager, is keyboard orientated but still stays mouse friendly. So those are things to keep in mind. Of course, there is news over here. This is a brand new release, 0.4. Of course, it first hit DistroWatch in November. And so that's kind of where we are. There's a wiki. Let's have a look at some bugs real quick. Let's see if there's anything obvious. No, I don't see anything obvious there. All right. Let's go ahead and jump on back over to the comments. And while you guys are leaving some comments, we're just going to go ahead and I'm going to create a VirtualBox for this and hopefully get this working. Looks like I already have something. I'm just going to boot this guy right into this. We're going to choose a disk image. Go with heads, and before I click the button there, we're going to go ahead and read through any comments. All right. Can you even install heads? Well, their design heads and tails are both designed to run specifically on a live key. They're not designed to be installable. At least tails is not. I'm pretty sure heads is going to be the same. Okay. Okay, YouTube has a cute Easter egg on the waiting for scheduled stream page where if the time is 24 hours exactly before the scheduled time, it will throw a Legend of Zelda mask reference. Really? That's cool. Greetings, Anna Rita. How's it going there? Doing my taxes. Boo, but I figured I'd watch for a bit. Yeah. Oh boy. No, Farron OS was the distro that uses the Hawaii desktop. Hawaii? Huh? Really? Web developer, you should check out Electron.js. Play with it and it's cool. Lets you make open source desktop applications. Huh. That's cool. I'll have to play with that a little bit.
Hello, Anna Rita. How are you today? Where's my digital girl?
Kitty? I didn't know you were into that kind of stuff. All right. Apparently the kitty's into the digital girl, so. All right. Reference, nice Nintendo game series. Okay, let's see. Linux Mint Cinema again. All right, well, welcome back to the Truth Highland. No, we got to use the distros we want, so that's good. And it's cool that you rotate around a lot because you get a lot of experience on different distros, and that's going to benefit you down the road. Okay. Persistence, an option with heads. I didn't see a reference to persistence, but I didn't dig through everything. So I don't know. Let's go ahead and dive on into this and see what we see. So I'm going to go ahead and push my play button over here. And let me go ahead and full screen that. And then we're going to jump back on over to, whoa. All right, so the little screen popped up where I could choose my distro or my desktop, and I didn't actually select one, so I think it automatically selected the first one for me, which, OpenBox maybe? I don't know. But anyway, it's loading up. Let's see what happens with it. Hello, Ryan. No, not yet. Not much yet. All right, so here we are. So let's see, select the keyboard layout. It'd be kind of nice if it told me what the layout was pre-selected. Select the computer language. Can I search? Okay, set the time zone. I don't really want to set a time zone. That's one of the things I like about Tails is Tails does a really good job because it keeps things consistent by syncing the time zone with the current Tails node. And now we can change the root password. Let's say hi for our root password. So we can randomize the MAC addresses of network interfaces, and we can disable permakey kernel. Do not shut down when unplugging the USB modem. Okay. Go ahead and start. Okay, so one of the things I see right now is as far as the VirtualBox is concerned, which you probably shouldn't be running these in VirtualBox anyway, is that it is not running with the guest editions, which I think partially are proprietary anyway. So here we have various different folders on the desktop. Go ahead and boot up a browser. My concern is with Tails, I have a nice indicator telling me I can double check my Tor status right away. Let's see, this is Heads Tor browser. Okay. I gotta remember where the Tor check is. Okay, so here it does tell me JavaScript is enabled. I am using Tor. I confirm that is not my IP address, so it is doing that. Okay, so it does tell us not to maximize the browser, so that's good. Let's see if there's anything in here where I can actually see what onion routers I'm on right now. Because some people who are particularly paranoid, there are lists of routers, of onion routers, that are suspected to be compromised. And that's one of the good things about Tails is you can actually pull up the routers and you can see, without turning on the web browser, what Tor routers you're connected to. Let's see this. Let's double check this here. Can't seem to see any settings popping up. So that's one of the downsides I'm seeing right now is Tails has the ability to double check what Tor network I'm on. It will sync my clock with the Tor network I'm on versus I don't know if this one is. Let me look. Let me just do a search for what is my IP address. Let's have a look. Totally butchered that. It's slow. We're definitely on Tor. So I'm on OVH, which I believe is a, it should be a French location. So my guess is that, let's double check that. I'm pretty sure this is going to trace down to a French IP address. Yep. So France. All right. So that is France. And if you guys happen to know off the top your time zone, is it 2051 time in France? That's a question I have. Because that's one of the things that Tails will do is it's going to sync the clock, which will get a lot more conformity to the browser. It's going to throw a lot less errors. It's going to give us a lot of other little issues in there. So I'm going to jump over here and just have a quick look at some comments. I'm just going to leave this screen on right now. All right, Kitsun is also on Linux Mint. Greetings. Made a GitHub example. If you get stuck, read me on the auto install. Since you use Linux Mint, we'll have to go grab the latest repos. Okay. I had such a weird thing with Tails USB. I formatted it, then put on a new distro on it, and after the format and after I put the new distros, it still booted into Tails. That's interesting. Did you double check that you were formatting all of the drive and not just a partition on the drive? Linux Mint is excellent distro for people who do not like it for whatever reason, but for me and my main distro, it rocks my socks off. Yep. So Breeze, as the theme does that mean this is Qt? Yeah, I don't know. So there's Breeze. Yep, there's Breeze. Clear looks. My guess is, based on the theming, how all this looks, I'm guessing Qt, but honestly, I don't know enough about the internal to know for sure. It looks, the theming looks like that is correct, but I just don't know for sure. I do like that, though. That's nice and snazzy. Look at that. The 90s called. They want their computer theme back. What, was that a bad joke, Kitty? Kitty's like, that was a bad joke. Greetings, Linux Daily. We GTK, though, given KDE, made a GTK theme for Breeze and Dark. Told by Pizza 11 Nerd that you were making a light version and minimizing the official Farron OS a bit. Cool. Downloading on torrent. Stopped when I got notified about the live stream. All right. Well, greetings, Omar. Stuff the Farron OS version of it would have is pretty much already done. All right, let's see. Green, I'm making Farron welcome more open, recommending a large scope of applications for newcomers. Might have a chance of popping up a recommendation now. Nice. It's good. Jersey, I love Linux Mint for the reason which too many tools. It's like people are responding to things that aren't here. I need to go back to the live chat again. Probably missing everybody's comments. It's 22:52 in France. So it is not syncing the clock to the Tor time zone. That is something that Tails does, and it does so for very good reasons. Now, that might mean that underneath it, underlying system might be doing that, but as far as what I can tell here, there's a couple little things that, okay, there's Qt Pass. And seeing what else is installed over here. You know what this does not have that Tails does is the Onion file share. I forget the name of it, but it's the program that allows you to securely share file attachments over Tor. I forget the name of it, but I don't see that over here. It looks like everything else. The other thing that Tails has, this does not, is Pativi. Pardon me if I pronounce that incorrectly. But this does have a couple other different applications. Most of the other things are pretty much the same. Using AbiWord for our numeric for our Office applications instead of LibreOffice. Probably to keep it lightweight. So that's actually okay. Go back and have a quick look at some comments again. Submit some of their own tools to upstream Debian. Their tools are pretty useful, but useless outside of Mint. Okay, yeah. Greetings, sudo reboot. How's it going there? I use Blogger for my blog and use LibreOffice for my website as a good web developer. I myself, the excuse of laziness, but managing a blog is kind of hard. Yes. I'd have a Linux Mint car if I could, which would tell you how much I love Linux Mint. Hello, Channel 48. Greetings. Hey, I've reached the bottom of the comments again. All right. Anything else we want to look at inside this particular distro? So as far as what I can see, it actually seems pretty viable. There's that. Let's see if I can get onto. I doubt it, but let's see. Can I access any networky stuff? No. Applications, system tools, reboot, suspend, shut down, log out. Oh, let's look at HTOP, see what we're doing. I can barely read that, so you probably guys probably can't. It is running on 248 megabytes. That is a lot better than Tails. I can say a lot better than Tails. Because that Tails uses GNOME. This running on 248 megabytes is about a quarter of the system resources that Tails will use because of how it's running. The other good advantage is this one is significantly smaller. The download, I think, is only 745 megabytes or so versus Tails being, I think it's 1.3. So if you are limited in your bandwidth for downloading, this might be a more logical choice. Overall, though, it's it's not too bad. It does seem very feature rich, and for being exclusively open source, that's actually a pretty cool thing. Let's see. Welcome to Heads. Tells you using 0.4. To begin using Heads, you can click on the bottom left icon. Menu, which allows you to easy run applications. Connect to the internet. Try using WikD. You can find the tray icon at the bottom of the screen, just next to the time and date, which we're already connected. If you want help with making Heads work better on your hardware, please run Heads generate debug as root and email the generated encrypted tarball. It gives us the email address. So that's kind of their welcome information. Let's have a look at onions. Okay. So here's actually some onion links they give us. So Hidden Wiki, Uncensored Hidden Wiki, WikiLeaks, F2F30 org, Live Radio, I have no idea what that is. Volvolite, Git. Let's have a look at that. GOGS, is that gaming thing? I don't know. I don't play games. Let's have a look. All right. The Heads website, Etherpad, RiseUp.net, Onion Mail, Cryptome, and SecureDrop. Gonna wait for that guy to load. Tried Reebox add-on in Mint and it nuked it. What add-on did you try? The crazy thing, if you're talking like VirtualBox add-ons and stuff, you really have to watch even down to the revision number of the version. If you do not install the exact extensions in a VirtualBox, it will kill the VirtualBox system. Just an FYI. Yeah, that's definitely using Tor. Might be, I mean, secure drop might be part of the system. Let's try this. See what secure drop does. Gnomes have big appetites. Yes, they do. Is in mint right now. If they didn't abandon KDE, Running's been on the wall since 18.0. Almost went back to mint before 18.3 came out because it was getting better. Yeah, that does make me sad too. I have a Linux Mint KDE system that's running 18.3 and I absolutely love it. All right, so here's secure drop. So I guess if you want to use this, that's where that is. It's still not able to connect to that other one there. All right. Close those. Removable drives. All right. Just poke around under the hood here, see what else is in here. A couple different wallpapers. Ooh, that's kind of bright. And let's do open box configuration manager. Heads would be a good distro to do my banking online. No, do not use a distro like this for banking online. The reason is everything's routing through the Tor network and you don't want to do banking and stuff through a Tor network. One thing is it's going to de-anonymize you. The other thing is that it's going to be routing things through so many different networks. It's probably going to give a bank's software a tizzy fit, and they probably wouldn't like it. Now, if you want a good system to use for banking stuff, is just any separate live key types. Or I don't even really use live key. I have it installed on a USB drive. I use Lubuntu for banking. Any other distro that is just not the main distro you're doing everything else on is good for banking, but you want it to be accessing directly through a straight internet line. So yeah, don't use Tor for banking and other stuff like that. Like, you don't want to use it for banking. Anything that has some login online account, because it's going to de-anonymize you. That's the thing. That's another one. Is Tor the only browser in the distro? I didn't see anything else. It does appear to be. And that's actually another difference, it looks like, between this and Tails, where Tails will have a browser that goes through just the regular internet. So they do have that. But yes, it does appear that the Tor browser is the only browser in this bundle. See you, Sudo. You ever cover how to run your whole networking stack through Tor? No, I would not want to. I keep specific things on Tor. I don't want to run everything through Tor because it just becomes too encumbersome. Like, I run all my smartphone stuff through Tor and maybe a few other things. Usually if I'm on Tor, I'm usually doing it through Cubes. Actually, the new computer, I don't have Cubes working on the new computer yet. I got to rebuild all of the boot installation files to get it to run. I've got to do it eventually. Mint is always having an error when downloading updates. Huh. Which error are you seeing? Try switching your local mirror as well. See if that fixed it. Dylan, greetings. Oh yeah, reminds me, did you ever solve the issue where you couldn't change folder view? Oh, on the desktop on KDE, yes. Yes, that is fixed. It's just in the desktop configurations. Right-click the desktop, and that's where I was able to make the change from. Why should I use a... Okay. Tech Yoda. Do or do not. There is no try. All right. Why use a live USB for banking? Mostly it's just for the portability and convenience because I can boot any of the computers that I have in my office with that one operating system. Of course, you make regular backups of it. So I make regular encrypted backups onto my NAS of that computer. If the computer, like if the operating system itself dies, I don't really care because I have all of the files on it, which I keep the files to a minimum. But yeah, the reason I do that is simply for the portability factor. I'm using Tor over VPN, NordVPN. I somehow got decent speed. That's good. Just use a separate browser. Make sure you're always using HTTPS. Yep. HTTPS when banking. There are some further measures you can take, but that won't change much. Yeah, I still do prefer to keep one separate system that only does banking on it. So that's kind of what I do personally. Kitty's got some scab or something under his chin. He does not like me picking at it. What? Try to get that off. Fine. Kitty's being crazy. All right. I think we're going to probably wrap this up here shortly. So let's leave final comments on here. I'll experiment around this a little bit more, see what else I can figure out, see what's good, what's not good. I'd like to, actually run it onto a live key on a computer, see if it actually, see how well it works. How well does it work, for example, with different wireless cards, things like that. So let me go ahead and experiment with that, and I'll talk to people about it a little bit more later. In the meantime, let's go ahead and wrap this show up right with some Kitty. And then what we're going to do from there is kind of wrap this up so I can get on to the other things. Whoa, I don't want to run. I want to shut down the system. Yep. And then we are going to feed the monster. Feed the monster. Oh, yeah, Kitty. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, smell. Get that paw in there. Put that paw in there. Oh, look at that. He's going for it. Oh, he got one. He got one. Here you go, bud. Ready? There you go. And you need one more, huh? Right here, for this camera, right here. Oh, yeah. Are those fingers looking good? Yeah. Yes. You're a good kitty, aren't you? Yes, you are. Yep. All right, let's see. I loved your cooking channel, the graham cracker crust. Love it. Yes, I keep on we keep on running out of time to film another couple videos for that. That's why I haven't had more coming on there for a while. Firefox and others base like it have a great feature. You can have separate profiles, so you may not even need to install a new browser. Now, the reason you still do a different browser and stuff, like a whole different computer for your banking type stuff, is it gets the fingerprint changed. It changes your fingerprint. It changes your browser. It changes all of your cookies. It changes like everything. That's why I do that. But there's other ways to do it. Definitely using separate browsers or separate profiles is a decent thing as well. Scabs natural band. It's not a scab, though. It's something else, and I've been trying to see what it is. Fortunately, he needs to go into the vet for a shot soon, so I'll have the vet look at it. I was concerned if it was just something else goofy. It could just be a scab, though. He could have gotten into a tizzy with the other cat, so I don't know. Yeah, I should stop picking at the kitty's scab, though, shouldn't I? Let's see. Will Debian LXDE support Wayland or use X like on the Pi? I have no idea. Taxa spreadsheet is looking like looking at me like finish me. Yeah, taxes. Ugh. Heard the viewing team are pretty contained for resources as it is, so I wouldn't count on it. A spreadsheet can't reject a kitty. Yep. Why not just fuse teams with Debian BSD guys? Because the BSD guys don't like hugs, and Kitty likes hugs. Right, Kitty? So that's kind of why. All right. Well, guys, thanks for watching and hanging out for a little bit. A little shorter video today, isn't it? But that's actually quite okay. Like I said, I have some other things I need to take care of tonight, so I wanted to get a video up earlier. So have yourselves a good evening. I think I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow, and I have a live stream on the Christian channel tomorrow as well. And so, yeah, LJ, sorry, you missed it all, dude. You missed it all. All right. Well, anyway, so thanks for watching. Once again, you can help support the channel at switchtolinux.com/support. There's some links there to Amazon, PayPal, Patreon. Of course, my Patreon page is patreon.com/TomM. And you can get some Switch to Linux swag at shop.switchtolinux.com. I do have these nice mouse pads. I am going to give away some mouse pads. I think tomorrow I will talk about exactly what we're going to do. I have 5 of these to give away, so if you've been thinking about buying a mouse pad, hold off. What I'm eventually going to do is I'm going to come up with some form of letting me know how who wants entry into it. I have 5 of them, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them away on the first live stream after we cross 10,000 subscribers, which will probably be very soon, being that I am at 9,839 right now. So probably next week, never mind, 9,843. I went up 4 more since I started this. So I will be giving away 5 Switch to Linux mouse pads. Only US, unfortunately, because I can't afford right now to send them out. The IRS is asking for way too much money from me. So my apologies to that. But anybody in the US will be open for a drawing, and then we'll have 5 mouse pads to give away. And I will do that on the first live stream after we cross 10,000 subscribers. So, thanks for watching, folks, and we will catch you later.